So today I want to talk about what we're putting out in terms of guidance and guidelines for education in the state of California in the context of COVID-19. We'll go through a list of specific recommendations, specific guidance, as well as updating you as we do on all the latest information relating to positivity rates, hospitalization rates, and ICUs here in the state. But let me begin first with a foundational framework, and that is our bottom line, that learning in the state of California is simply non-negotiable, that schools must, and I underscore must, provide meaningful instruction during this pandemic, whether they are physically opened, the schools, or not. And that's what I want to talk about specifically today. Our students, our teachers, staff, and certainly parents, we all prefer in-classroom instructions for all the obvious reasons, social and emotional foundationally, but only if it can be done safely. As a parent, I believe that as someone that has a responsibility to help support the education of 6+ million kids in the state of California, I have the backs of our staff, our teachers, our school nurses, our counselors, our guidance staff, principals, bus drivers, janitors, all the folks that are responsible for the caretaking, the safety and the health of our children. We have to have their backs as well, including, obviously, the preciousness that is our children and the kids in our education system. But safety is foundational, and safety will ultimately make the determination of how we go about educating our kids as we move into the fall and we work our way through this pandemic. Here is the 5 principles that we are laying out in terms of our expectations. Here is our pandemic plan for schools in the state of California. Number 1, safe in-person school, based, again, if you're going to be in person in the school, based upon local health data. And I'll walk through that bullet point in more detail in a moment. We have new mask requirements that we are putting forth today, some clarification and some constructive guidance on physical distancing and other adaptations that we expect to see within the school setting. We're putting out specific guidance as it relates to testing and contact tracing in our school system, and what we mean by distance learning. And the word rigorous is foundational. If we're going to have distance learning, and we will, to make sure that it's real, that we address equity, we address the divide, and it's quality. It's rigorous distance learning. Let's talk about number 1. Using data, using the foundational data that we have laid out county by county all throughout the state of California. We are now putting forth guidelines that say schools can physically open for in-person education when the county that they're operating in has been off our monitoring list for 14 consecutive days. If you've tuned into these daily briefings, you're very familiar with our monitoring list. I'll be updating that list later in the presentation today. But we are now putting forth guidelines that say, based on the data, based upon the background spread, the community spread of the virus, that if you are not on that monitoring list, you can move forward as a county if you choose to physically open your campus, physically open your schools. However, schools that don't meet this requirement, they must begin the school year this fall through distance learning. Number 2, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. Number 2, we're putting forth a new mask requirement in the state. All school staff and students, all staff and students in 3rd grade and above must wear masks. Students in the 2nd grade or below, we strongly encourage wearing masks and face shields. I have a very young son, Dutch, and caregivers, when he first saw masks, he naturally recoiled. A lot of caregivers now have face shields, and he can see their expressions, their humanity, and that's why we put specifically guidance out as it relates to not just masks, but face shields as well. Our third frame of guidance that we're putting forth today is around physical distancing, and as I mentioned, other adaptations. So on the physical distancing side, we believe that it's incumbent upon staff to maintain at least a 6-foot distance between each other and a 6-foot distance between themselves and the students. We believe that the school day should start with symptom checks, meaning temperature checks. We have robust expectations around hand washing stations, sanitation, deep disinfection efforts, and that these schools have, along the lines of the adaptations, have quarantine protocols. And we'll talk a little bit more in a moment about these continuity and attendance plans that each school site is now responsible for putting forth. As it relates to the issue of testing, there's a requirement that we test on a rotating basis a cohort of staff on a consistent basis. Dr. Galley will talk a little bit more about that. And in turn, we are bringing to the school system the benefit and support of the 10,000+ contact tracers that we have trained here in the state of California in partnership with UCSF and UCLA with a backbone and a database that now has organized a collective. We want to turn our contact tracing where we think it can become very effective in these school environments, could be very effective in mitigating the spread and trying to understand exactly where and how the spread had advanced, and allow us, obviously, to isolate and quarantine cohorts of not only children but staff as it relates to mitigating that spread further. As it relates to distance learning, as I said, rigorous. Access to devices is one thing, and connectivity, it's foundational. And in a moment, I'll talk about the money we have put up to allow for districts to purchase new devices to get the kind of connectivity that our students need and deserve to address this yawning gap as it relates to the digital divide. We want daily live interaction with teachers and other students. Students connecting peer-to-peer with other students, teachers connecting daily on an interactive frame to advance our distance learning efforts. Remember, we had a lot of experience that came through the spring this year. We reviewed a lot of the fits and starts related to quality, access issues, points of consideration and concern, shared a lot of those best practices. No one is going to deny that based upon the early orders to start to close schools at the local level, that some of it worked more effectively in certain parts of the state than others. Clearly, we have work to do to make sure that we are doing rigorous distance learning. But this is the predicate, the foundation. These are the expectations that we have, minimum expectations in terms of quality, engagement, connectivity, and access to the devices that are foundational in terms of providing for quality distance learning. We also want to create a challenging environment where assignments are equivalent in terms of what you would otherwise get in an in-person class setting. I'm not naive, and again, we stipulate, that second slide I showed, that staff, that teachers, that parents prefer the social-emotional learning of in-class education. That is a default, that's our bias. But under the circumstances with the spread of this virus, and I'll get to that spread in a moment as an explanation again as to why at this moment we're putting out this recommendation, that we want to do our best to create some sense of equivalency with the obvious constraints that is distance learning.